Shalom. Yahweh
System
by
sound
Shem Yahweh
volume
Shai
set to
by Shem
0%.
Kakadash. This is your Hebrew Israelite brother, Meshaba, here in the city of Detroit. I thought I'd give you, do a little reading on Isaiah chapter 3, King James Version, of course, 1611, Old King James. I'm reading it off the phone, okay, because I'm low vision blind, it kind of highlights for me. So, here we are. We're going straight off into it, okay. For behold, the Lord of hosts, doeth take away from Jerusalem and from Judah the stay and the staff, the whole stay of bread, and the whole stay of water. Now, what is that talking about? Is that something that's happened in the past, in ancient times? Or is that something that's going to happen? This is something that is going to happen. This is a prophecy. Okay? This is something that is it is within the near future, actually, in the near future. Okay? For behold, the Lord of hosts, doeth take away from Jerusalem and from Judah. Now, is it talking about from the land of Jerusalem? No. Remember, we are a people before we are a place. Okay, you got to remember that we are a people before we are a place. So this is talking about from us. We represent Jerusalem as men of Israel. Okay, we represent Jerusalem, and of course Judah. Okay, Jerusalem and from Judah, the stay and the staff, the whole stay of bread and the whole stay of water. That means bread and water, food. So what is forthcoming? A famine of food. Okay, is on its way. We know the famine of the word, Amos chapter 8 verse 11. The famine of the word is coming. That's when the internet, in which would involve the YouTube, going off, so being, taken off the computer ways, I suppose. Okay, and remember, YouTube has been the way that since 2006, YouTube has been a way that Almighty Yahweh set up so that we'd be able to push this truth all over the world, everywhere. Let's go on, verse 2.
The mighty man, and the man of war, the judge, and the prophet, and the prudent, and the ancient.
Okay. Going on to 3.
The captain of 50, and the honorable man, and the counselor, and the cunning artificer, and the eloquent orator. Double tap to activate.
4.
And I will give children to be their princes, and babes shall rule over them.
Let me see.
When
5.
a man shall take hold of his brother of the house of his father, saying, Thou hast clothing, be thou our ruler, and let this ruin be under thy hand. Double tap to activate.
And 7.
In that day shall he swear, saying, I will not be an healer, for in my house is neither bread nor clothing, make me not a ruler of the people. Double tap. To provoke the eyes of his glory.
We want 8. 8. For Jerusalem is ruined, and Judah is fallen, because the tongue and their doings are against the Mashiach Yahushai, to provoke the eyes of his glory. You see? And what is this talking about? It's talking about our people, us. That's what we've been doing. Okay? We've become ruined. Our people, the 2/3 have become straight up ruined. Okay? You can't say anything to these young men today. Not a word. You try to hold a conversation with them, the first thing they want to do is say, what? Huh? Come here. Right now. You can't talk to a dummy. You can't talk to a dummy. While you trying to make a word in edgewise, they say they trying to get close enough so they can sucker punch you. That's where these young fools are here in the city of Detroit. Okay. So let's go ahead to verse 9.
The show of their countenance doth witness against them, and they declare their sin is Sodom, they hide it not. Woe unto their soul, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves. The show of their countenance doth witness against them, and they declare their sin is Sodom, they hide it not. Woe unto their soul, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves.
You see, and that's that homosexuality. They gayness. These young guys who walk around with their pants hanging down. They walk around, or some of them walk around with their pants too tight. They trying to reveal, their lower half. And some of these guys got a bust that's just too plump to be a male. You understand? And so, the Bible says, as we are in understanding of 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 9, these guys, young guys, are effeminates. They're effeminates. Okay? They're raised by their mama, their grandmama, auntie, big sister, a bunch of females in the house. That's what they're raised
16
by.
new messages.
Okay? That's what they're raised by. Okay? And their mama would by now is a lesbian. The sister go both ways. Grandma, she just be happy to get anything come by. And so, anyway, verse 10.
Say ye to the righteous, that it shall be well with him, for they shall eat the fruit of their doings. Double tap to activate.
They shall eat the fruit of their doings. Okay. Even though it seems like, you got to remember Job chapter 20, verse 4. Do you not know, since the beginning of time, the triumph of the wicked is but short, and the joy of the hypocrite is only but for a moment. Okay. It seems like, these 2/3 are really enjoying themselves, really being happy, doing what they want to do, especially when this here stimulus money kick in on this central bank digital currency inside this federal digital wallet. Then you're going to have a lot of these fools really showing up, acting like they got it going on, because they're going to get that money each month. What, $1,200 to $4,000 each month? Okay, in the digital wallet, it shouldn't be any taxes because it'll be down to the digit. Ain't no penny in the digits. Okay, ain't no pennies in the digits. So it'll be straight currency, direct, digital. Okay. Verse 11.
Woe unto the wicked, it shall be ill with him, for the reward of his hands shall be given him.
Okay, woe unto the wicked, it shall be ill with him. Okay, what's coming? Okay, ill. Okay, it shall be ill with him. Evil times. Well, evil, which is Eve, represents time, and ill represents bad. And so, bad times is what's coming. Okay, for the people. Okay. It's going to be ill with him, ill with the 2/3. For the reward of his hands shall be given him. Okay? All the things that these guys out here doing, sucker punching these young females, knocking them out, taking their clothes off, raping them, getting them pregnant, and giving them a disease, and then stepping back and acting like they didn't did anything. All these home invasions that they doing, breaking in people's places. In some places, while the people there and holding people hostage, without nobody knowing why they said they go all through their stuff, because the people ain't got no gun to defend their home. All these different things, carjacking people, molesting children, all these different things they got to pay for. They got to pay for. They're gonna have to pay for it. Jeremiah chapter 50 and Jeremiah chapter 51. These young guys gonna have to pay for that. Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 6 or 7. Let's go into verse 12.
As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy paths. Double tap to activate.
You see,
Double tap to activate.
And our people still believing. They still believing in these politicians. They still believing that these rulers that are over our people. You know, the Al Sharptons, the Jesse Jacksons, even the DJs on the radio stations. They too are rulers because they lead our people. They are able to communicate with a vast array of people and a large volume of people all at once. So they can take on a certain type of mindset and project that and project it across a whole wide span of our people. And our people soak it up. Our people soak it up. Okay, let's go on to what's where we at? Okay, 13.
Standeth up to plead, and standeth to judge the people.
The Mashiach standeth up to plead and standeth to judge the people. That time is coming. Isaiah chapter 66 verse 15. In the day of the Lord, the slain of the Lord shall be many. The time is coming. The time is coming. Okay, let's go to 14.
Will enter into judgment with the ancients of his people, and the princes thereof, for ye have eaten up the vineyard, the spoil of the poor is in your houses.
You
Double
see?
What mean ye that ye beat my people to pieces, and grind the faces of the poor? Saith the Lord. Double tap to
See?
activate. Saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty, and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go, and making a tinkling with their feet. Double tap to activate.
See,
Double tap to activate.
Now, these are you young women of today, particularly. Yeah, and some of you older women to try to portray yourself as younger women. You're doing as the young women do. You got on the anklets, the nose rings, the earrings, the finger rings, the ass rings, the nipple rings, the navel rings. You got all these tattoos, and you got all these piercings and different things. All these things are going to be removed away from y'all. Taken away from y'all cars, your sweet smelling perfume. We're going to go into it. 17. Verse 17.
Will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and the double tap to activate. Double tap to activate.
Therefore, the Mashiach Yahushua will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and the Lord will discover their secret parts. Okay, this means that he's going to give scabs on the heads of you women. Going to remove y'all crowns. What's y'all crowns? Those beautiful, wonderful hairstyles that y'all wear. They're beautiful. They're lovely. But all that is part of y'all costume, should I say, that y'all use to lure men in to make them more weak to your seductions. Okay? And, well, anyway, your crowns are going to be removed and they're going to be replaced with scabs. You know, the time is going to come when y'all not going to be able to go to the hair salons. You know, all them different chemicals and different things are going to start burning out y'all heads. You know, especially after nuclear fallout. Y'all hair is really going to start coming out your heads then. Let's go to 18.
In that day the Lord will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet, and their calls, and their round tires like the moon.
Okay. In that day, the Mashiach Yahushua will take away the bravery of their tinkling, okay, ornaments about their feet, okay, y'all anklets and different things, and their calls, their round tires like the moon, okay, y'all cars. They're talking about y'all cars. All that's going to be taken away from y'all. Okay. Let's go on to 19.
The chains, and the bracelets, and the mufflers.
Okay. The chains and the bracelets and the mufflers. The mufflers, I looked that up. I looked the word mufflers up, and what this is talking about is there's something like a veil that goes around up under the chin of the woman that comes up over the face as well. And they kind of cover like a veil. And that's what that is, a muffler. Let's go to verse 20.
The bonnets, and the ornaments of the legs, and the headbands, and the tablets, and the earrings. Double tap to activate.
Okay.
Double tap to activate.
Okay, that's self-explanatory. The bonnets are similar to veils as well, because it ties down around the woman's face. and along the sides, and the ornaments, and the leg of the legs, and the headbands, and the tablets, and the earrings. Much of the personal things that y'all have are going to be removed away from y'all. Verse 22.
The changeable suits of apparel, and the mantles, and the wimples, and the crisping pins. Double tap to
You see all these different things that y'all like to wear, that's accessories to y'all outfits. All these things are going to be removed from y'all. Verse 23.
The glasses, and the fine linen, and the hoods, and the veils. Double tap to
all this
activate.
going to be removed from y'all. Verse 24.
And it shall come to pass, that instead of sweet smell there shall be stink, and instead of a girdle a rent, and instead of well set hair baldness, and instead of a stomacher a girding of sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty. Double tap to activate. Double tap to activate.
Y'all different clothing and different things and apparel will be taken away from y'all. Y'all shall have, a rather tattered clothing, because many of our people are going to be cast out into the streets with what little rather tattered belongings that you're wearing on your backs, period. And a lot of that's going to be ripped away from y'all because of the different young men and the martial law police are going to be beating and raping you women. And it's not going to be any food, so a lot of these different guys are going to be using you women as food. Okay, the Bible says our people are going to go back to cannibalism. Exodus chapter 9 verse 20, Ezekiel chapter 5 verse 7 through 11. You might take that to 19, and as well as Matthew chapter 6 started verse 26, as well as Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 54 through 56, as well as Leviticus chapter 26, and some other verses talking about Lamentations chapter 2 verse 16 through 21, Lamentations chapter 10 verse 4, I think that maybe 6 through 9. Anyway, look those up, and that'll let you know concerning the cannibalism that's going to be taking place. Okay, that our people are going to be engaged into. Let's go to verse 26, verse 25.
Thy men shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty in the war.
And see, the men shall fall by the sword, and the mighty in the war. Okay, the men, thy men shall fall by the sword. What sword? Who the sword? Yahweh uses the so-called white man Esau. He used so-called white man as a sword against our people. So during martial law times, there's going to be a lot of thrusting through. A lot of our people, our men, are going to be killed. Okay, because one, they're not going to take the vaccine. Two, they're not going to cooperate. And three, all this here, we got to vaccinate the blacks first. All that is a ruse to come at our people, the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, us men. And right after that, what comes after that? The war. And thy mighty in the war. The war is going to be a draft. Okay, to send our people into our young men into the war, starting from age 18 through 32, and